What's up, everybody? It is Jew coming to you with a review on a indie comic called Junkyard Joe. This is made by Image, uh, made by Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Brad Anderson. This is it's a decent book. I'll give you a full rating and analysis once I'm done, but I'm just going to kind of go over what it's about. Okay, so it's military. They're the military, and as you can see, you can see it on the front. It's a military. If you would think there's like a scarecrow or some type of mask or something, but anyways, this is I guess it's supposed to be during the Vietnam time period. This is supposed to take place during Vietnam time period. It's about a group of military guys. Now I'm unsure how they're going to go on with the other issues, but this issue they're in the military. They go out to the jungle. They're at war basically. There's a certain group of people. There's a guy that joins the group, and they're very sketchy. Like, who is this guy? This guy's very quiet. He's not speaking to nobody. Everybody's trying to talk to him. Everybody just wants to go home. They can't wait to go home once it's all done. It's a very depressing situation because that's all they want to do is they just want to go home, be their family, their kids, their wives, and all that stuff. But they have a duty they got to do first. So they go out, and the war breaks out. There's people getting slaughtered out there. There's soldiers getting slaughtered. And this quiet guy goes right into battle. Like, he goes the opposite direction. They even told them to retreat. He went the opposite way while all this explosions and stuff is happening. And he gets slaughtered. But he survives and then ends up killing all those first guys. When he comes back, they realize he's not a human at all. It's because everything got ripped off during the explosion. Now they look at him like, wait a minute, what the hell is that? It's like a robot. It's a cyborg or something. It doesn't tell you exactly, but the Sarge and some of the other commander leaders, they decided to let him tag along. They were a little sketchy, like, okay, a whole bunch of us died, but should we let this guy come along? They're like, after what he just did, he just saved us. Obviously, he's with our team. What do we need to be scared about? So he tags along. They start talking to him. They start trying to be friendly with him, but he just doesn't communicate. He just he helps them. He's teaming, but there's no communication, so it's a little weird. And as time goes on, like I said, it's supposed to be like during Vietnam time, and they end up stopping, chilling, doing that. Then they end up find themselves in more combat. And things get dangerous, and they get set up in this is a spoiler, by the way. They get set up in like a booby trap. There's like I want to say it's an ox. There's an ox that just comes charging at them. There's like, okay, I'll take care of it. Run up on them with a gun. They realize the ox has some type of detonator tied up to it, and it explodes. And it ends up killing almost everybody. I think pretty much everybody except for maybe like one or two people. And they get up out of there, and the robot guy ends up having a malfunction because he tries to run straight into the battle to, I guess, to save the rest of who is alive. And he saves the main guy. I can't be honest, I can't really exactly. They call him Muddy, I think. And all of a sudden, he starts to malfunction, and he stops working. He just drops, and then this guy ends up getting saved. And Muddy, I believe it was Muddy, right? Muddy, Muddy. He gets saved. He goes back. He's talking to the doc about what he saw. And they're looking at him like, you can't talk like that because they're gonna think you're crazy. You're gonna need meds. You're gonna be in the special need hospital if you sit there and talk about some robot and all this stuff like that. So, because they would think obviously it's post-traumatic stress and he's going through it. His brain is malfunctioning. Well, anyways, it cuts to the end where after the robot malfunctions to a bunch of group of government experimental guys inside of some lab or some building. They start talking about what happened to the robot. It looks like it cut off. It looked like it realized it can't fight anymore because there's no war to win, and it stops. So it kind of causes chaos. So what it turns out, for what it looks like, is that this is some type of government experiment. So what I'm thinking is with this, it doesn't really say, but it talks. They just talk in details about what the hell is going on, but then it doesn't really say exactly. So, in my opinion, I think what it is, it's a government experiment that they're testing, that they're going to use as war machines. And but as of right now, it's on the good side of the characters in the book. I don't know which side, or is this going to spread out? How is this going to go throughout the series? Is it going to end up going to other countries or other enemies, bad guys? Is it going to, are they going to turn on people? What's going to happen? Don't know. But so far, it's pretty good. I would say, just speaking of the dialogue, I think the dialogue is about an 8.5. I think the dialogue was enough. I think it was pretty cool. The action in it was actually brutal. It was very brutal action. There was people getting slaughtered, and I'll say that's actually pretty good to me. Like, some people don't like that. I think that's something that's pretty good. I think I like details. I like effects and details, and so I'll give that like in the same range. I'll give it about an 8. Overall, with the first book, I think as an intro, just kind of just showing you what's going on. I'll give it a 7. We'll go to 7. I'm not going to go too low or too high. If it, at low is 6.5. Just overall, just far as the interest wise for an overall comic book reader. But to me, I'll just go at a 7 because I enjoyed it. You know, I didn't super enjoy it. I didn't overly enjoy it, but I enjoyed this book, and I'm really anxious to see what's going to happen in the second one, the third one, the fourth one. So dialogue 8.5. The images and stuff like that 8. Overall, just an overall book wise and story, and entertainment wise, I just give it a 7 for now. I'm kind of harsh. I mean, I don't know. I'll probably give some 9s and 10s. I don't know, but maybe I should. I gave it, it's weird. I gave the other two an 8.5 and then gave it a 7, so it could have get an 8. But I think there's more that could have been just to boost it up. That was it. So to me, I recommend it. I actually do recommend it. It just depends on what is the genre of comics that you're into, and I think it's very interesting. It's leading up to something, and that's the key. It's leading up to something. It's not giving you exactly what's going on, but it gives you an idea of what you might think is going on. Now, it could have a whole twist to it later, so I'd recommend it if you're in the indies, and that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing indie books, and I could go all day and do X-Men, Batman, and all that stuff, but there's 1,000 other people that do those. There's people that do these too, but I think I like to get into stuff I never heard of, so I can get an idea what to think of the future of it. And I think there's a fairly decent future for this. It just depends on the direction they go. We'll just wait until the next 3 come out in the next few months, and I'll give you a full detailed analysis on every single book. So I appreciate it. If you read this, go ahead and leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Also, if you're interested, go ahead and copy your copy of it as well. And I'd say, yeah, read it. So appreciate it.